In this lecture, we're going to talk about vulnerability scanning and testing tools. They are one of the things we talked about when we covered security assessments. Most often, it's just a piece of software that has a predefined list of common vulnerabilities, and the software then accesses our network and scans the systems to see if any of those vulnerabilities are present, and they check for common things like system configuration, outdated software, lack of patches, ports that generally shouldn't be open, and much more. Using tools like this is obviously much faster than us going through every single system checking for each vulnerability. And when we use tools like this, it is important that we use it on a predefined set, maybe an IP range. We don't just scan the entire organization, and we're also specific on what we are looking for, which vulnerabilities. And some of the reasons why we don't just scan every single node for everything we can look for is that many of the vulnerability testing tools may be seen as an attack. On top of that, it can cause network congestion. No regular traffic would go out and look at port 5001, then 5002, 5003, 5004, and so on. So on top of being specific on which network and what we look for, we also need to go through proper change control. We don't just start scanning stuff. We have the appropriate approvals that we need for the systems that we're scanning. The owners know that we are coming, and we would most likely do it outside of business hours. Now, it's outside business hours, and we run that scan just against a single system. We can still, just with that one scan for one system, get hundreds of pages, and then just like with the logging, we need to understand which of this is something that is important. Which of these are actual vulnerabilities? If you remember the risk calculation, risk equals threat times vulnerability. If there is a vulnerability, but there is no threat, then there is also no risk. Luckily for us, almost all of the vulnerability scanners will group the vulnerabilities into something like critical, high, medium, low, informational, and on top of that, they will have recommendations on how to fix each of the issues. The image you can see over here on the right is a NESA scan that I did against one of my VMs. I don't think that scan had anything critical, but there were some high alerts. Those are the ones in red. The medium alerts are in yellow, the low in green, the informational in blue. And for this scan, I think all the highs were you need to run Windows Update, and I think there was a newer version of VM tools. And with that, we are done with this lecture. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next lecture.